Lamplight Audiobooks presents Hattie's Home by Mary Gibson, narrated by Anne Dover. Dedicated to the memory of my Aunt Amelia Ellen Cooper, who spent all her working life in the Alaska fur factory in Bermondsey. Earth cares for her own ruins, naught for ours. Nothing is certain, only the certain spring. Lawrence Binyon, The Burning of the Leaves. Chapter 1. The Wasteland, January 1947. Life was moving on for Hattie Wright, but it seemed the number 47 bus to Bermondsey was not. Too much snow and too little skill on the part of the driver had brought the bus to a halt in Tooley Street. A resigned groan from her fellow passengers rippled along the bus. Hattie stood up. Hefting her well-worn army kit bag down from the overhead rack, she hopped off the running board into the deep bank of snow piled against the curb. Still wearing her stout army shoes and ATS greatcoat, at least she'd be warm. They were calling this the worst winter in living memory. But she'd been hardened up by 3 biting winters in Belgium. The journey by rail from Southampton had been predictably slow. Everything in the country seemed broken. Trains, rails, ticket machines, buffet cars, signals, and even the people, hustling along platforms, huddling in smoke-filled, freezing carriages, seemed worn out beyond repair. There was a national stoop, she'd noticed, which surely hadn't been there last time she was home. A universal, taut-faced, clenched fist bowing to the bitter Arctic wind sweeping across the country. She marched along Tooley Street, glimpsing herself in an office window. Had she developed the stoop? Not yet. Her tall figure was slim and strong. Perhaps staying on in the army had saved her. Her shoulders were square beneath the kit bag's weight, and in spite of the hampering snow, her stride purposeful. At 27, her pale ivory skin was still good, her pointed chin taut, and her red-gold hair still abundant. The war hadn't worn her out. It had honed her. Hattie hadn't been back to Bermondsey since 1942. 5 long years, and it hadn't been long enough. She certainly didn't want to be here now. But what choice did she have? 8 years as an
Sample complete. Ready to continue?